This animated musical tells a story about a girl who builds a rocket ship and blasts off, hoping to meet a mythical moon goddess. The movie's main threat is decent but predictable and limiting. This family tale borrows too much from other sources. There's a lovely, original story happening in the first 20 minutes and the last 5 of this movie, but suddenly you can feel the pivot into cribbing from contemporary animated hits. The film is a Frankenstein assemblage from other sources, ranging from its own Pearl Studios' Abominable to the obvious influence of screenwriter Audrey Wells' favorite film, The Wizard of Oz. In Abominable, the loss of her father leads a young girl who cherishes the violin he gave her to return a legendary Yeti to its habitat on a wild adventure accompanied by an unruly little boy. Here, in another family where food plays an important role, a young girl brings the Jeong doll her late mom gave her to prove the legend exists and finds a pestering little boy has stowed away on her rocket ship. When Fei Fei sings the film's Big I Want number, Rocket to the Moon, it feels like a hodgepodge of various Disney belt-a-thons like Let It Go, Part of Your World, and Into the Unknown, with a little Papa Can You Hear Me thrown in for good measure. When Fei Fei gets to the moon and meets Jeong, the character seems to take a page from the requisite untrustworthy or disappointing authority figures or celebrities from the Pixar canon. And when Fei Fei encounters the blobby, brightly colored, personality-free inhabitants of the moon, one is reminded of the many family films of late that feel the need to appropriate the minions. Other aspects of the animation also recall other more original films, many from the Pixar slate. This movie celebrates Chinese culture as no mainstream American tune, and not even Mulan has before. But it does so in a way that's so formulaically Western that it feels like the creative team took Coco and dressed it up in another country's colors, costumes, and costumes. Lunaria represents the modern age of media overdrive. It's visually stimulating, but it's also so overstuffed with bric-a-brac that one cannot really savor any of it. Fei Fei's need to reach Jeong represents her struggle to accept her mother's death and to understand years later that her noble father is lonely and needs to move on. But it's disappointing to reduce the craven, calculating yet poignant Jeong to a reflection of Fei Fei, and this flaw, along with the film's largely forgettable songs, dilutes the unexpected sting of the satire. Adults overestimate how much children need to be preached to in their entertainment. It's the conflicting energies of this movie between fast and freewheeling and deliberate and contemplative that will most likely stay with them. In proportion, there's room for both speeds. In the end, this movie has its heart in the right place, but this is one of those animations that will play better with its juvenile demographic than their parents.